So people are still wondering if this fight between Terence Crawford and Earl Spence is going to happen. I don't know. It could go either way. But the one thing I will say is kind of the same thing I've said in other videos, which is don't listen to any reports. None of these people know what the hell they're talking about. You got situations where people are giving out, sources are giving out just misinformation and false information to people that, we usually listen to them when it comes to, things as it pertains to boxing. But a lot of these people are being given misinformation, and a lot of them from the same source, the same exact source, and a lot of contradictory stuff has come out as well. Too many. So because of that, I would just say, nah, don't listen to any reports whatsoever that are coming out. I would just go by the fact, and I know a lot of people are getting on Floyd Mayweather because he was saying that November 19th he doesn't see that happening, and people calling him a hater and things of that nature. But the reality is Floyd Mayweather's been the one that's been correct when it's come to everything that's pertained to this fight. When information first came out that it looks like everything's on point, it's going to happen in October, nothing serious to deal with. He said that fight's not happening. When they was talking about this whole November thing, the contracts being written out, and just a few things, minor things need to be detailed, he said that was BS. That turned out to be correct. So they try to get on somebody and to piss and trash on the one person that's been giving you information that's turned out to be true, just because it's not the information that you want to hear. I think that's kind of crazy. A lot of people I call it being ear effed, They want to just be in a situation where the information that they want is put out there, and like, no, I don't care about that. I want the correct information. I want the true information. I want to know what exactly is going on. And we all know that PBC does not really put out detailed information of what's going on in negotiations until they're over, whether it's over as far as they've moved on or the fight's been done. Then that's when you find out what's really going on. So because of that, it allows other people to just kind of put out BS out there, understanding and knowing that that's not going to really be countered, that people are going to be quiet. So I just think the only thing that disconcerts me is the fact that you have people from the Terence Crawford camp pretty much putting out a lot of misinformation through Coppinger, through other sources, and no, I just think it's they're putting out false information, and then people are going ahead and putting that information out and giving it to the public. And I would just say again, don't believe any information. Like Espinosa said, hey, you can't trust. There's a lot of misinformation that's being put out there, and I believe him when it comes to that. A lot of the stuff that they say doesn't even coincide with what we've seen from Showtime or from PBC through all these years, and how they negotiate and how they do things. Doesn't make sense whatsoever. So despite who these people have worked with, things have always gone a certain way. Now all of a sudden there's a big change, and then the person that's people used to having issue with problems when it comes to negotiating, getting things done, all of a sudden he's just, give me whatever you want, whatever it is, I'll just take it. None of that stuff makes sense. So, but what I will say is the fact that PBC, the fact that Earl Spence, the fact that like the Espinosa and everyone is still being quiet, they're not trashing the other side despite what's being put out there. I think that's a positive thing. It means that they're still focused on getting this fight done. So will it get done? I don't know. Hopefully it does. But one thing I do know for sure is after all this is done, we are gonna see what exactly was happening, what the terms actually were. A lot of stuff is going to come out, and I think a lot of people are going to look bad as far as what the information has been put out. A lot of people, this one situation, if anybody had a source that was in there and he was giving me certain information that's pertaining to this fight, I'd stop listening to him at this point. I would stop listening to him at this point. I kind of sit back and I'll just wait and I'll see how things go. But yeah, but there's still a possibility that it could happen though. I still think absolutely there's still a possibility it could happen. We just gotta wait. We gotta see. They're still negotiating. I don't know how long it's gonna go, but I think this is a situation where Earl Spence does really want this fight. So the reason why they're still pushing this issue is because of him, and the fact that he wants this fight so much. So they're gonna do everything that they can to get the fight done, but in a way where he still gets, I guess the terms that he believes is right as far as pertains to him. You know, like he always said, I'll bend, but I'm not gonna break. So yeah, it's gonna bend, but I don't see him breaking. You know, but maybe you will break and say, F it, just give him 50-50, whatever, let's just go. But again, I don't necessarily know what the issues are, what the problems are as pertains to this fight getting done, because I don't believe any reports that are out there. I don't believe what anybody's saying out there. You know, so because of that, it's like, I don't know, I can't really say like, oh, this is the issue or that's the issue, this is the problem. All I know is that entity, how they've been all through the years, how they negotiate. All I know is the entity as far as Terrence Crawford, I know what's going to be going on with him. I know what he likes. I know he likes upfront money. I know when it pertains to his, I know he had the opportunity to check out different places to see what could be the best deal for him before re-signing with Top Rank. He chose not to do that. I know once his contract was done, I know he didn't go straight to Showtime PBC and say, hey, let's get this fight done. I know he went and did some kind of thing with Kinahan. I know he went and tried to get a deal with the Zone. He tried to get a multi-fight deal with the Zone. This is not the first place that he went to. You know, this is not the first place that he tried to get a deal done. You know, regardless of what people might say, that's the truth. So knowing that information and seeing that they're going into negotiation just makes you think. You know, but again, I don't know what the reason is. You know, for the fight not being made. But again, I've said like 1,000 times, but I'm going to say it again because I think it really needs to get into people's heads. Do not believe anything that anyone says as far as sources are concerned. None of them. Literally none of them. Don't believe any sources. Nobody knows what's going on. Nobody knows what's going on. You know, but all we can do is just hope and pray that the fight gets done. This negotiations come to a close. They come to kind of some kind of mutual agreement, and we get to have that fight that we want. You know, am I hopeful? I don't know, and I can't say I don't know. I don't know because I don't know what the hell's going on. You know, and I don't pretend. I'm not one of people who pretend that they do. I don't know, but what I do know is there's been a lot of misinformation out there, a lot of contradictory, you know, things being put out there from the same people. You know, so, you know, just keep your fingers crossed. Hopefully it gets done. I just want this over, whether it's going to be done or it's not done. I kind of want that to be over with, and then I want to find out the information of what's going on if it's not going to go through. Let's find out the information, and then just let's see what happens after that. Let's see. I want to see what people have to say after that, you know, but whatever. Until then, like, subscribe, share. I'm out.